Hello, this is Dr. J back with some more Let's Play Advance Wars Dual Strike as we go on to what the game acts like is going to be the final mission. 28 means to an end. I am still sick, but that is not going to stop us from putting an end to Von Bolt's evil ambitions forever. Well, yeah. Yeah, it was pretty messed up, all that stuff you did. I mean, not really true. It's sort of true, in a very abstract sense. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah, that's not exactly the same thing, though. For once, I'm with Jake. You guys are losers. You okay? There's there's medication that can help with that problem. Maybe we should give him some privacy. Wow. He's really having a real rough time there in the loo. Oh. You don't look like you have the strength of 10 men. You look like you have the strength of maybe 1/10 of a man. Okay, this is some pretty weird music going on. Okay, yep, he's just evolved into pure maniacal laughter. Yeah, okay, I get it. I get it, dude. That's big. I'm beholding it. I agree. I'm amazed that Jake and I are on the same page. Okay, and now I am on the same page as Von Bolt. You could have taken those words right out of my mouth, Von Bolt. Okay, I'm not on the same page as you anymore, Jake. Okay, so... it's large. It's like a giant primordial soup. It appears to have what may be glowing video game weak spots. Yes, they have hit points flashing on them. So it's a giant Uzium battle. How very strange. Oh wow, okay, this is odd. Oh, we're gonna want to put a stop to that. That would be no bueno. Okay, we have a time limit, 24 days. The 3 black crystals on the top screen. Oh, really? Okay. Interesting. Wait. I don't seem to have... Or was it under Intel? It is under Intel, but I don't have the option to control the battle on the subscreen. Huh, this is all very strange. So I have to destroy the black crystals on the top screen, but I don't control that fight? Either that or I can't not control that fight. One or the other. In any case, so... Production mission means Colin, I think. And either Grim or Hawk for the secondary then. Let's go with Hawk. Alright, Colin got another skill. I finally learned that I need to hit R a couple of times to assign it in a new slot. It only took me the entire game. Wow, that's crazy. That is crazy. His stuff will be even cheaper now. Hawk is rank 2 and has 2 skills equipped, so nothing more to do with him. Okay, well then. Let's make our quick save point. And final battle, go. That's right, Colin. Okay, we're going to want to stop that as fast as we possibly can. So I'm going to want a battle copter to go take care of that. Do I have an airport? I do. Thankfully I'm Colin, so I can afford a battle copter and still get infantry for capping up here. Let's get a bunch of infantry. Oh, that is so crazy how cheap everything is. Okay. Great, it's like an Uzium factory. Yep, you're a psycho. Seriously, when you just evolve to the point where every other line you say is just maniacal evil laughter... I mean, you barely even have a personality anymore at that point, Von Bolt. I'm counting on you, Hawk. Don't let me down. Can I really not control that battle? I really can't control that battle. I still don't understand what the difference is between aggressive and offensive. That's as clear as mud, how those would even be different. What to prioritize? I'm gonna want a T-copter. And another duder. Probably prioritize properties over the comm towers, at least initially. It's all on you, Hawk. Right now I've got my hands full and I can't afford to send you reinforcements. Jeez, that charged fast. Hawk, you okay, buddy? You don't seem to be doing so well. You're really not doing great. No, stop. That is not okay. Oh, hold up. Yeah. No, if I put it here, I'll get just a little bit of extra movement. For the time being, I think it's just lots and lots and lots of infantry. Okay, probably a good call to use it right away. Strike back, Hawk. Strike back. At least Hawk has factories. His victory is probably eventually inevitable, but the question is how long will it take? Anyway, it doesn't seem that I can control it, so I could send him units, but... Okay, no, stop it. Oh, should have capped those before I attacked. Oh well. A mistake I make quite often. Looks like we're gonna have to engage the enemy. Oh boy. More infantry. I don't know if this is the right strat. Maybe it's terrible. There you go, Hawk. Good man. I mean, I don't know about your target, but, well, he's doing okay. He'll win eventually, because he has factories and she doesn't. Stop it! Oh, I'm now joined by my cat. Has a wet mane. Maybe she was just drinking her water. Quiet stomach. No one wants to hear from you. Okay. I should probably start building more powerful things. Probably prepare to attack this Uzium from all sides. Okay, don't sit down on my keyboard, girl. Crazy stuff might happen. I know that the idea of fighting that Uzium is scary, guys, but this is for all the marbles. And yeah, we're gonna need harder hitting things, for sure. Can't quite afford 2 Neo tanks. Almost, but not quite. Let's get 1, and then a bunch more infantry, and then another Neo tank next turn. Interesting final mission, for sure. Man, he is obsessed with just attacking the enemy naval units. I guess they have the highest value of all the spaces he could target. I think he'd maybe be better served dropping the missile on the land forces in the middle, but... well, I'll trust you, Hawk. Oh, I have a purring cat in my lap. Quit it! Okay, they're doing their best. Go, Colin, go! The Uziums will be a very slow-moving but serious problem. That said, enjoy 2 more Neo-tanks, fools. And another battlecopter to help out down to the south. And then a couple more infantry. Oh my gosh, this is insane. This is so overpowered. Day 6. How many days did we have? I've forgotten. It was like 24 or something. Man, I might want to get another transport chopper to ferry guys down there more quickly, too. I don't know what you're doing with some of these random force shufflings, Hawk. Okay, good. We really need to capture these and not let the enemy have them. Good lord! It survived! I'm gonna lose a Neotank! I didn't think the enemy would survive 2 Neotank hits. Oh no. Can you... No. Oh, I screwed that up. I didn't think that it would survive. Ugh, that's a Neotank down the drain for no reason. Just no good reason. That's frustrating. Well, we are Colin, so our units are pretty disposable. There, a replacement. Could build some pipe runners, too. Well, right now I can't afford one, but let's keep it in mind. Could be worthwhile. No, I meant... Oh, I meant to get a tank. I misclicked. Oh, I'm screwing up all over the place. Ugh. Lots of mistakes this turn. Lots of mistakes. Misclick, thinking that I would kill the Uzium with my 2 Neos, and I didn't. Well, that sucked. Interesting how it even disables infantry. I guess, strictly speaking, it's not exactly like an EMP, then. Jeez, Hawk, you are obsessed. Alright, the 3 soldiers can take out an Uzium. That actually works, which is really good to know. Might be worth getting another transport chopper to ferry things more quickly. There, super Colin infantry flood. I wonder why sometimes there's a delay when units are getting supplied like that. Oh wait, hold up. Alright, go Colin, go. Okay, we've eliminated the enemy infantry down here. Good. Oh, nope, not quite. Ah, come on. Kill him. Now we need to start capturing all this stuff that they got. We have the situation very under control, other than the museums. Okay, more Neo-tanks. Ah, I forgot to get a pipe runner again. One of these days I'll remember. Alright, Hawk he's gradually winning that fight. I mean, given his overwhelming production advantage, it was inevitable eventually. Also, strong turn. Strong turn, Kindle. You didn't even try. I think she's given up. "15 days left. That seems like a fair amount of time. We gotta scramble, though. Alright, he's gonna get eaten, but he captured before he's getting eaten, so that's what matters. How much damage does a copter do to an Uzium? Not a lot. You might be better served heading north, then. Alright, men, you know what to do. Ah, so close. So close. It's a real cheap way to kill Uziums. I mean, even when you lose a soldier, it's 1,000 normally, and at this point for Colin it's only 750. So the infantry flood tactic is definitely super strong against them. Get out of here. I said get out of here. Okay, once we amass enough Neo-Tanks, we won't have any trouble with these Uziums or anything else, really. That's looking pretty good. That's a pretty scary armored front I'm getting there. I'm very pleased with this infantry flooding tactic. It seems to be working well. So let's keep it up. It's an interesting final mission. It's another very gimmicky, contrived, video gamey kind of setup, but it's fun, I like it. A lot of unique tactical considerations here. It's certainly different from all the other missions we've done. Excuse me. Okay, that was a pretty solid turn. Good job, Hawk. Now hurry up and destroy those crystals. Oh, here it comes. $52,000. I'll just harass it. It's amazing how a group of infantry are almost as effective as a group of Neotanks at blowing up the Uziums. Now, let's remember to get a couple pipe runners. I think I've got enough infantry covering the south now. Maybe I should have you help with the Uziums after all. Sorry I'm being such a... changing my mind so much, such a fickle-minded commander. Alright, good turn. Oh, my Neos are about to get blasted, aren't they? Yelp. At least they can still fight back. They can't move, but they do get to fight back when they're attacked. Alright, Hawk, enough messing around. Destroy the crystals. Coward. There we go. Another Uzium down. Man, Colin is cleaning up. What a killing machine. Oh! You know, if I'd been paying more attention, I would have realized this one doesn't go north. And I probably wouldn't have bothered buying it, because this one doesn't have a whole lot of value, does it? Well, maybe it'll help destroy that artillery. Or at least force it to waste a turn moving. This is so overpowered. I mean, it's kind of a face roll again, isn't it? We're pretty much just utterly kicking his butt. Hurry up and destroy the black crystals, Hawk. You're wasting time. Enough of your shenanigans. Oh boy, this guy's gonna get eaten. Oh, we're gonna struggle to hit that thing from a bunch of different angles, aren't we? Alright, well, focus on capping for now, then. Alright, we might want to prioritize killing this Uzium. 19 is so pathetic. That's like... That's even worse than what a, Alright, let's use his power. We get a little firepower boost from it. It's even worse than what infantry does. Because they're like about 20, right? No, okay, it's equivalent. Still. Alright, you sealed your fate by not moving, and down you go. Well, we made a little bit of use of all the lab units. I think the black boats were the most useful to us overall. We've made a little bit of use of the pipe runners, and we built and used one black bomb, so it's not a lot, but it's not nothing. What a horrible job that would be, to be in an infantry squad that's tasked with swarming and wiping out an Uzium, because man, what a horrible way to die. It's effective, though. Man, is it cheap and effective. I'd say we have won this fight up here. Let's get a couple bombers. I'm just a few short of a Mega Tank. I was feeling so flush I'd have gotten even a Mega Tank, but just a little short after getting the bombers. Good lord, this is strong. Alright, Hawk, we're all waiting on you. There you go, one crystal down. Okay, probably the middle one, right? I assume that middle crystal corresponds to middle pulsating nucleus thing. Where's all that trash talk now, huh, Kindle? Well, there's a lot of Uziums. Uh-oh, I hope I can finish it. Oh, that's borderline. I may lose a Neo Tank here. Drat. Drat. Yep, gonna lose a Neo Tank. That sucks. They're so bad, like, for their cost. You'd think they'd be better at it, but they're very poor against the Uziums. Very poor indeed. Yeah. There we go. Infantry swarms are the way to go against these things. Well, I don't think that we're really going to need the help down here, but you never know. They're fast on the pipes, I'll give them that. Okay, finally. Uzium down. And we'll have enough infantry to get this one, too. 1% blocked. Alright, well, we'll just give the Uzium over there a little love tap. I guess you can refuel. Wonder if this game has a unit limit. I know Advance Wars 1 and 2 did. Don't know if Dual Strike does. I mean, there'll be some kind of practical limit at some point, but don't know if one is hard-coded into the game or anything. Really? That's quite some cockiness, Von Bolt. Where is this confidence coming from? Good, 2 down. Let's try to lure it back this way, and then swarm it. There, low on fuel, you'll be able to refuel at that airport we just captured. Yeah, you serve no purpose there. I don't think you're going to serve a purpose there either, but, well, his power's ready again. You see, your big mistake, Von Bolt, was, you took on the rich kid. And he can just buy victory, as you do when you're filthy rich. Screw the rules, I have money. This thing's a bigger problem. Kill it. Right, and I can't swarm this one because I got EMP'd. How much damage does a bomber do? 42. Bombers are pretty good against Uziums. Good to know. Okay, good. We'll be taking that one out in short order. Well, this has gone remarkably smoothly, hasn't it? I think I may have stumbled upon an insanely overpowered combination of CO and skills. I mean, Colin plus an additional 5% discount, and then 5% attack to partially compensate for his one downside is just so strong it's insane. And that may have somewhat trivialized this final mission, but hey, if the game lets me do it... By the way, have 2 Mega Tanks and 2 Neo Tanks. Enjoy. Oh, he has a target. Oh, but I can't hurt it yet. Oh, bam. Yay, I did 1 point of damage. Yep, that's it. That's our turn. And what a turn it was. Yeah, hurry up and get over there and destroy the last crystal, Hawk. We're counting on you. Boy, this Uzium is being a real pain. There. I'm going to set my guys up so that there's nothing you can do. You're going to get swarmed. Unless you continue running away to the east, in which case I don't really care anyway. I could have sent Hawk reinforcements, but he ended up not needing it. I kind of needed everything more than he did. Not that it was especially difficult, but a big part of the reason it wasn't difficult is because I kept all my units for myself and didn't send them to Hawk. Alright, one more shot and that'll be taken care of. These guys are just for swarming Uziums. Jeez, I kind of don't even want to buy anything else. It's not like I need it. Will just make my turns take longer. More stuff to move. Oh, fine. 2 more Neo tanks. Oh, I can't quite afford another one. Okay, I'm gonna save up then. This is so ridiculous. Such a face rolling. Von Bolt, you never stood a chance. You never stood a chance. Yeah, last crystal down. Good job, Hawk. Oh wow, we can dual strike. Do it. Well, that animation took a while to play out. Oh wow, 100%, good lord. We didn't even need the pipe runner to soften it up. Well, we're about to win. Maybe we should try to kill this Uzium first, just for the satisfaction. Here we go. And just to flex, we'll start capturing this, and this should be a good game to us. Guess screwed, Von Bolt. Wow, face roll. I think of all the final missions, that has been the easiest. The Advance Wars 1 final mission, I think I won on the first try, but it was more of a struggle. It was pretty touch and go for a while. The Advance Wars 2 took me a couple tries, and I had to resort to a pretty technical strategy. I think I got a first try win on the Days of Ruin 1, but it felt pretty challenging. I felt on the ropes. This one, though, I just wrecked its face. Like, at no point did I really feel all that threatened. Man, what a butt kicking. Satisfying. It is partly because Colin is insanely overpowered. Your time is long past, old man. Or are we not done? Am I celebrating and flexing prematurely? Or is this just a cutscene? Okay, it's a super repair chair, sure. So if this were a remaster, we'd be getting some kind of Saturday morning cartoon cutscene for this, and it would be pretty awesome. As it is, we have to use our imaginations. Yes. Guess screwed. Who cares? How many thousands of people have died in this war? You think we care about killing you? You sick fiend? Dude! Do not tell me you are hesitating. This is not even a moral dilemma. Just kill him. He has it coming so many times over. Yes. Yes, we can. Jake, do it. Jake, how many men have you ordered to their deaths? Max, just do it for him. Oh wow, I was, holy crap, I didn't even realize I had a choice. I was just trying to make the text go by faster, but I think I chose yes, kill him, which is the correct decision. Yes, okay, good. That's what I would have chosen anyway. I need to be careful, though. I didn't realize I was going to have a choice. Yes, your story sucks. There's no sympathy in your story. Kill him! Thank you. You know, though, that all that said, considering that this is still like the more bright and happy, cheerful Advance Wars, like we're not in Days of Ruin land yet. The fact that it's even acknowledging that there are actual deaths happening and that this isn't all just like a silly game, because we had Clone Andy died, and now we didn't actually show it, but we just made it pretty clear that Jake just shot an old man dead. By the standards of bright, happy, cheerful Advance Wars, it's kind of dark. Wait, what? 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 Was I... Jake... I mean, apparently he's going to die real fast without his life support, so if anything, this is less merciful. Now he gets to die a slow, painful death instead of just a quick bullet in the brain pan. I mean, I don't think he's long for this world. Welcome to natural selection, chump. Every once in a while, Jake manages to spew out a pretty good line. In between all the hipster slang, as Von Bolt called it. Oh boy, is he trying to pull a Sturm and do some kind of detonating kamikaze attack? Wait, what? Hawk, what the... What? Are you gonna stay behind and sacrifice yourself for no reason? What are you even doing in there? Is this some kind of repentance? Hawk, I'm going to be angry if you basically just killed yourself by remaining behind for no good reason. I mean, to be fair, it's not quite accurate to say he has no good reason. He did fight on Black Hole's side and presumably caused a lot of death and suffering. So, you know, talking seriously, I could see why he might be suffering from some self-loathing or something. But Hawk, you're a cool character. Don't go out like this. But yeah, that got relatively kind of dark by happy Advance Wars standards there at the end, didn't it? Well, let's watch the ending sequence. Well done to us. My dear sensei. Got to kick butt and chew bubblegum, and we were all out of gum. I'm sorry I never used you, Sonya. There was a map where I would have used you if I realized it was going to turn into a Fog of War map. Colin, you're the true hero. MVP. No doubt. And Grit, you were pretty darn good too. You're also way up there. It's just, oh my goodness. I can't get over the fact that Shuk's about 20 years older in this than she did, like, apparently a few months ago. So how did it feel to be like a 16-year-old girl leading a coalition of all the most powerful militaries in the world? Kinda not very credible? Yeah, that sounds about right. Oh man, Nell, if only you knew what I've been doing. If you're offended by what Rachel's saying. Rach? I don't think I've ever heard that abbreviation of Rachel. It doesn't sound very good, does it? Rach. It's not a very attractive sounding name. I mean, Rachel sounds fine, but you take the L off the end, and I don't know. Apparently you two have some kind of thing. I guess there's no accounting for taste, huh, Sasha? Well, this is almost reminding me a little bit of the Days of Ruin ending, where everything's all post-apocalyptic, but then we like see sunlight shining through the clouds, and it's like, oh look, there's a sign that things will regrow. Kind of the same thing here. Look at the flowers in the desert. You'd be surprised, Jake. You'd be surprised just how verdant a mostly sandy kind of soil can be. I would know. You know, Jake, you're a far more tolerable character when you're not using your hipster slang constantly. Oh god, just when I was giving you some credit, my mistake. Oh. So Hawk wasn't sacrificing himself, he was grabbing the chair? Guess I didn't give you enough credit, Hawk. So I was kind of expecting that we would get to see Jugger's true identity, but come on, it's gotta be Flack, right? His abilities are the same as Flack, and he basically acts like Flack in a robot suit trying to sound like a computer. Why does the chair have an unimaginable amount of energy in it anyway? That's very odd. Oh well, I give up trying to take seriously anything to do with this plot and setting. That's a fool's errand. Also, we still completely suck at capturing enemy COs. They're still all at large instead of standing trial for all their horrible crimes. Alright, so I guess it is review time. I've been told by commenters that Both this game and Days of Ruin are kind of controversial or divisive within the Advance Wars community, which I guess I'll have to take their word for it because I don't really know much about the Advance Wars community. And that this particular game, most players have kind of a love it or hate it relationship with Dual Strike. So I guess I'm a bit of an oddball out because I don't have a particularly higher or lower opinion of it than the other Advance Wars games. I think it's on par with them, which is to say very, very solid, very fun, an excellent quality game. It's not my favorite of the Advance Wars games, and the reason for that is I have to agree with the commenters who told me that the Dual Strike tag CO thing is really unbalanced, and maybe not the best implemented. This game in general doesn't feel especially well balanced, even by Advance Wars standards, which doesn't have amazing balance to begin with. You know, with all the different COs that have drastically different power levels compared to each other. I guess now that I've played all of the Advance Wars games, I think, having reflected on it, I'm kind of prepared to say which ones are my favorites in different areas, and I think probably even which is my favorite overall. So, in terms of the CO powers and how they work, Black Hole Rising, Advance Wars 2, is definitely my favorite, where you have the regular power and it introduced the superpower, and I think it worked really well. Versus the tag power thing, which, yeah, again, very unbalanced, pretty overpowered. And I just didn't really care for how they changed how COs work in Days of Ruin. I'm sure there are some players who love it, that's fine. But just my personal opinion, I don't think it works as well in Advance Wars, where the commanders personally take to the field. It worked well in Langrisser. I don't think it works so great in this particular franchise. I prefer it when the commanding officers just have passives that affect everything, as opposed to actually having to go out on the field and just having this little zone of control that they affect. So, yeah, Advance Wars 2 definitely the best in terms of how the CO powers work. In terms of the map designs, it is almost kind of a draw between Advance Wars 1 and Days of Ruin. I think those had the map designs that I liked the best, and the reason for that is because they had the most natural sort of maps. I've mentioned this before, where, you know, setting aside all the cartoony silliness, you could almost think of it as a just video gamey depiction of something resembling a real battle. And I really, really liked that about the first Advance Wars and Days of Ruin. With Black Hole Rising, and then they seemed to lean into it even harder here in Dual Strike. They started having some really, really contrived map designs that are just super, super video gamey and artificial seeming. And don't get me wrong, they're still plenty fun. I'm not saying they're not fun. They are. And one upside of that is it does allow them to experiment with some interesting ideas that would be at least harder to do when you have more natural feeling map designs. So it's not all downside, but nonetheless, I do prefer how you just get somewhat more realistic looking and feeling environments to battle in Advance Wars 1 and Days of Ruin. In terms of story, Days of Ruin, I mean, kinda obviously is the best, because, as I've said before, Advance Wars 1, 2, and Dual Strike are basically Saturday morning cartoon. And that's fine. I don't have a problem with it. As I've said, that's not really a criticism exactly, because the story's not what makes the games fun. But you can't take it seriously at all. If you try to take it seriously, it's just utterly absurd and ridiculous. Whereas, even with some of its flaws, Days of Ruin has a darker, deeper, more mature story that, at least to some degree, setting aside the Hyper Twin Tail Lolly anime squad, you can take it pretty seriously. So story-wise, Days of Ruin is certainly the strongest. No doubt about that. In terms of the sort of brighter, happier, more cartoony feel of the first three versus the darker, more serious feel of Days of Ruin, I don't have a preference between them. They both have their own merits and drawbacks to whether you have a darker, more serious story or a brighter, happier, more lighthearted story. Or tone, I guess. So that's just a wash as far as that goes. In terms of the actual characters and COs, I definitely... I'm gonna give the nod to Advance Wars 1, 2, 3 collectively over Days of Ruin. The very endearing, colorful characters just made more of an impression on me and are more charming and more memorable than the characters in Days of Ruin. There's nothing wrong with the characters in Days of Ruin, but they definitely don't leave as much of an impression on me, and they're not so delightfully charming. So I'm gonna give the collective nod to the first three games in terms of having the better COs, just in terms of as characters. As far as the new characters introduced here in Dual Strike, Jake was kind of a waste, and the reason I say that is because he had an incredibly one-dimensional character. And that dimension was, he uses a lot of slang and tries to sound hip and cool. And it ends up just being annoying, because it's like his only defining character trait, at least up until the very end. So Jake was kind of a waste. I didn't really care for him very much. Rachel was okay. I didn't have anything against her like I did against Jake, but she didn't leave much of an impression on me. And Nell was already sort of not very credible as it is as Supreme Commander of a military coalition, but at least she's an adult. Rachel looks about 16. A 16-year-old girl leading, like, basically being a 5-star Supreme Commander General is ridiculous. But that's fine, because ridiculous is what Advance Wars is all about. So you don't take any of that seriously anyway. I like the other new characters. Javier is hilarious. Grim is hilarious and awesome. Sasha's kind of a waifu, although wow, she has a bizachy side too, doesn't she? She's not all sweet and prim and proper like her first impression kind of conveyed. So yeah, Javier and Grim were certainly my favorite of the new characters. On the enemy team side, Jugger is hilarious. Jugger's pretty funny. It's awesome we actually got to fight with Hawk as one of our own COs. That was really cool. I guess after all that, I kind of said that each of the games has different things about them that are my favorites. But I think my overall favorite is going to be Reboot Camp, I guess collectively. Advance Wars 1 and 2 together. And maybe that's kind of cheating. But in my defense, I never played Advance Wars 1 and 2 when they first came out as separate games. So I can't really rate them separately. I have to rate them together as Reboot Camp because that's how I played them. And that's my favorite overall, is Reboot Camp, for sure. And that would be true even if I were playing it with the original graphics and music. I can say that confidently. The much higher fidelity graphics and music and the redone character designs, which I think were mostly improvements, just make it even better. But even without that, I think that overall they had the best gameplay, the best implementation of how the CO powers work. At least the Advance Wars 1 half had the best map designs. And, the colorful COs, the colorful, charming COs. So overall, Advance Wars 1 and 2 together get my nod as my favorites. And then Dual Strike and Days of Ruin were really good too. Really solid. Not that far behind. But I am going to put them in second place after Reboot Camp. That's my official verdict. Hopefully nobody's raging. If you are, then maybe chill, because it's just a video game. So, what's next? Our Is this the end of the Advance Wars videos on my channel, now that we have completed the campaign in Dual Strike? Probably not. Let me go ahead and talk about future plans. I don't think that we're even close to being done with the Wars content on this channel, actually. If you've been watching, like, all the way through from when I was doing the Reboot Camp videos, you probably remember that I said that I was planning to get back and finish the War Room, and I want to do the trial missions in Days of Ruin, and maybe even do the challenge campaigns now that I've had commenters telling me that there's a lot more reworked missions and it's more different than I had originally thought. That it's not just this exact same maps but harder, but that a lot of the maps are really redesigned or even brand new maps. So the prospect of it is a lot more interesting to me now that I know that. So there is a high chance. I'm not making promises here, I'm not committing. I'm just saying what is likely to happen. There's a high chance I'm going to go back and do War Room maps, trial missions, and challenge campaigns, and like pretty much 100% the content in these games. Aside from not getting S ranks on all the missions, because I don't care about that. But setting that aside, 100%ing them, eventually. But I'm not committing to doing it on any kind of regular schedule, I'll just kind of do it as I feel like it. But I am planning to do it. Anyway, I've rambled on long enough. Thank you for watching all these videos, hope you've enjoyed it, I've certainly enjoyed playing it. This is Dr. J signing off for now, and hopefully you'll join me for whatever I'm playing next. I'll see you then.